Imagine stepping onto the mound knowing the entire baseball world is watching. The roar of 55,000 fans fills the Tokyo Dome, cameras flash from every angle, and the weight of expectation presses down like never before. The air crackles with anticipation. This wasn't just any game. This was Roki Sasaki's grand entrance into Major League Baseball, and from the moment he threw his first pitch, it was clear this kid was something special.
Delivers to Seiya Suzuki and downstairs with 101.
Sasaki's journey to MLB was anything but ordinary. Born in Rakuten Takata, a town that endured devastation from the 2011 tsunami, he grew up with a fire to succeed. As a teenager, he was already throwing fastballs that defied expectations, clocking speeds that had scouts in awe. In fact, he once threw a pitch clocked at 102.5 miles per hour during a high school game, faster than most major leaguers at that age. By the time he joined the Chiba Lotte Marines, he was considered one of Japan's most dominant pitchers. What many don't know is that Sasaki was so untouchable in high school that his coaches intentionally benched him during Japan's national tournament to prevent potential overuse. That decision, controversial at the time, may have prolonged his career, allowing him to build his arm strength methodically rather than being overworked early. Scouts and analysts had been watching Sasaki for years, knowing it was only a matter of time before he took the leap to MLB. His fastball wasn't just fast. It had movement that made it nearly impossible to barrel up. His splitter? A pitch so devastating that some compared it to the best ever thrown. When the Los Angeles Dodgers secured him, it was clear he was about to take the next step. Now, the baseball world watched to see if his dominance would translate to MLB. His training regimen leading up to his MLB debut was intense. Sasaki spent months in specialized biomechanics labs, refining his delivery to maximize efficiency while reducing strain on his arm. His coaches noted that his ability to analyze his own mechanics was nearly as impressive as his natural ability. Teammates marveled at his commitment, watching him study film at all hours, making tiny adjustments to his already electric arsenal. Additionally, Sasaki's diet and strength training had been completely overhauled. He worked with top nutritionists to ensure he had the right fuel for peak performance. Strength coaches focused on his lower body explosiveness, helping him generate even more velocity without overloading his arm. Every aspect of his game was being fine-tuned for this moment. His dedication even extended beyond the field. Sasaki reportedly spent hours meditating and working on mental conditioning, ensuring he remained calm under pressure. He didn't just train for speed, he trained for endurance. Sasaki's regimen included a combination of high-intensity pitching sessions, long-distance endurance work, and core stability exercises designed to keep him performing at peak levels late in games. The goal was not just to throw hard, but to sustain that velocity deep into his starts, a trait that separates the good from the truly elite pitchers in baseball history. Sasaki's first pitch of the game, a blistering 101-mile-per-hour fastball, set the tone. The crowd erupted. Cubs batters quickly realized they were in for a challenge. His splitter, known for its devastating drop, left hitters swinging at air. Even the most seasoned players had trouble making solid contact. The reaction from some of the Cubs hitters after facing him was priceless. Several players reportedly told their teammates that Sasaki's splitter looked like a magic trick, dropping at the last second as if it defied gravity. What made this even more impressive was Sasaki's composure. Most pitchers making their MLB debut, especially in front of a massive international crowd, would be visibly nervous. But not Sasaki. He carried himself like a veteran, showing no signs of intimidation. His presence on the mound was commanding, his delivery fluid, and his mechanics crisp. Everything about his performance screamed future ace. But baseball has a way of humbling even the best. While Sasaki showcased his elite velocity and movement, he struggled with control. 5 walks marred an otherwise impressive outing. Still, he struck out 3 batters, showing flashes of brilliance that proved he belonged at this level. Every strikeout brought fans to their feet, and every tight moment kept them on edge. His outing wasn't flawless, but his stuff was undeniable. His fastball topped out at 101.5 miles per hour, and his splitter was dipping at an incredible 18 inches at times, a movement almost unheard of in the game today. Even in a tough outing, he was doing things few pitchers could dream of. Off the field, Sasaki's debut sparked a massive increase in Japanese viewership of MLB games. Merchandise sales soared, and Dodgers jerseys with his name quickly sold out across Japan and parts of the US. His arrival wasn't just making waves in baseball circles, it was becoming a full-fledged international sports phenomenon. The broadcast of his debut broke viewership records in Japan, drawing comparisons to the biggest games in the nation's history. Some sports analysts even predicted that Sasaki's emergence could lead to another surge in Japanese players making the jump to MLB in the coming years. Adapting to MLB is no easy task. The strike zone is different, the ball has a different feel, and the level of competition is relentless. Sasaki's debut showed his potential, but it also highlighted the adjustments he'll need to make. One of the defining moments of the game came when the Cubs had runners on base, threatening to take control. Sasaki, unfazed, delivered a clutch fastball followed by a wicked splitter to escape the inning. The Tokyo Dome exploded with cheers. This was the kind of battle baseball fans lived for. What made this moment even more intense was that Sasaki was dealing with severe jet lag, having arrived from training in Arizona just days before. Yet he still managed to throw over 100 miles an hour deep into his outing. Dodgers pitching coach Mark Pryor later commented that Sasaki's pitch metrics were off the charts even by MLB standards. His vertical movement on his off-speed pitches was elite, his fastball spin rate was higher than expected, and his release point deception was already fooling major league hitters. If he could just fine-tune his control, the league would be in serious trouble. Beyond his on-field performance, Sasaki's impact extended to his teammates. Veteran pitchers on the Dodgers have already begun incorporating elements of his training approach into their own routines. His focus on flexibility, core strength, and explosive lower body power is setting a new standard for young pitchers entering the league. Dodgers insiders revealed that several younger pitchers had started mimicking his unique warm-up routine, which includes precise stretching techniques and high-intensity interval drills designed to sustain velocity deep into games. His leadership was already starting to make a lasting impression. Sasaki's first game was more than just a personal milestone. It was a clear sign of the growing influence of international talent in MLB. Shohei Ohtani, already a superstar, watched from the dugout with a knowing look. He understood exactly what Sasaki was experiencing. The Dodgers choosing to have Sasaki debut in Tokyo was no coincidence. It was a nod to Japan's deep baseball culture, a moment of pride for the nation. Fans waved banners, kids wore his jersey, and the excitement was contagious. Sasaki wasn't just representing himself, he was carrying the hopes of a country. Japanese players have had a history of success in MLB, from Ichiro Suzuki's record-breaking hits to Yu Darvish's pinpoint command. Now, Sasaki was stepping into that lineage, expected to be the next dominant arm to come from Japan. His debut signified that baseball was no longer just America's pastime. It was a global sport, and Japan continued to be at the forefront of its evolution. Roki Sasaki's MLB debut wasn't just another game. It was the beginning of something special. A moment where baseball fans saw the emergence of a new force on the mound. His journey from a small town in Japan to the biggest stage in baseball is proof that talent and hard work can take you anywhere. That's a wrap for this episode. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to subscribe to Baseball Spark and turn on notifications so you never miss our deep dives into the game's rising stars. Who do you think will be the next breakout pitcher in MLB? Let us know in the comments. If we love your suggestion, it might just be featured in a future episode. Drop your thoughts below, and let's keep the baseball conversation going.